In Springdale, Arkansas, students interested in learning about recent climate change have a few things going for them. Their state science standards require that they learn about it, their school uses modern classroom materials, and 1 in 8 children in their district are Pacific Islanders, whose families hail from a part of the world where the impacts of climate change are well-defined and world-famous. But they could face the problem of Mr. Noakes. For the last decade, Charles L. Noakes has taught 5 classes a day of environmental science to 10th, 11th, and 12th graders at Harbor High School. When I met him, he wore a knit sweater a few shades darker than his pearl-silver beard. His bespectacled blue eyes lit affectionately each time a student meandered into his class to chat during their lunch break. As a 4th-generation farmer, Mr. Noakes certainly cares about the environment. In fact, he once won an award from the Arkansas Cattlemen's Association for preventing his Ozarks ranch from polluting a nearby river. But he considers environmentalism too radical, preferring the idea of conservationism. A conservationist believes that we should be good stewards of what we have to work with, he said. He grew up on his family's ranch and then served in the military. After, he started his own consultancy and traveled around the world advising governments and businesses on how to resolve environmental and food production problems. He might have spent his whole career on that work, were it not for a serious personal loss. His wife passed away young, and her death left him a single parent. I had 2 children who needed me, and I discovered I was way too busy, he said. I elected to change my life rather dramatically, and this, he gestured at the classroom we sat in, is the result. I don't regret it for a minute. When Mr. Noakes first learned about climate change, he found the idea very concerning. But he also doesn't like to blindly trust what scientists tell him. He gave me a personal example, based on a time when he was involved in the egg industry. Readily available and full of protein, eggs had long been considered the most perfect food that humans knew, Mr. Noakes said. Then, in 1968, the American Heart Association recommended that people eat no more than 3 eggs per week, since egg yolks are loaded with cholesterol, and when human hearts clog with cholesterol, they are prone to failing. Early research seemed to indicate that cholesterol in eggs might indeed lead to cholesterol in the heart. Doctors, government officials, and health gurus bought the theory, and soon it became conventional wisdom. But it never squared for Mr. Noakes, who had seen his 90-year-old grandfather eat 2 eggs every morning his whole life without apparent consequence. It took decades before countervailing research convincingly showed the connection between dietary cholesterol and human cholesterol to be far more complicated than first imagined, and for health agencies to stop definitively linking eggs to cardiovascular disease. For that period of time, they destroyed the egg industry, Mr. Noakes said gravely. Mr. Noakes does not take scientists' conclusions on climate change as truth, because he worries the same oversimplification and bandwagon jumping that beset the reputation of eggs might also afflict climate science. And, he told me, flaws in the science might be more difficult to detect because that science involves predicting the future of an exceedingly complicated system using models. It's not that he doesn't trust anything, climate scientists say. He concedes that carbon dioxide levels are increasing. But what impact does that have on global climate? I don't have a clue, he said. The recent rise in global temperatures may be caused by solar cycles or gravitational forces instead of humans, he told me. Like so many things, including an egg, there's just more to be learned before we know for sure what we're even measuring, he said.